Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I guess we start off by just saying hello to Cotton. Say hello to Cotton. Okay, Cotton, you can go. Reason why I showed her at the beginning of this video, because this video is about, this is really loud. It's about a true cat story. I've been told, well, I've heard many years ago that cats and dogs can smell up to 5, sometimes I think 10 miles. That's amazing to me. And this story is tied in to that information. I got a soft spot in my heart for animals. I always had. One of my very first real jobs was I was an assistant to a veterinarian. I would do various things around the office, take care of the animals, have to sometimes subdue them so they can put them under for surgery. That was a pretty interesting job. And I remember the lady that was training me, she had a whole bunch of bite marks and scratches all over her arm. I said, how'd you get all those? She said, you stay here long enough, you'll see. And only actually stayed for the summer. I ended up getting another job. So, like I said, I got a soft spot in my heart for animals. As you just seen the first part of the video, I showed you Cotton. I was in my backyard about maybe a month and a half ago, cutting the shrubbery. And I found 2 cats back there. And I, put them both in boxes. One of them wasn't having it, so she jumped out and took off. But Cotton stayed because she was small. So I decided to take Cotton in and take care of her for a period of time. This is not her permanent home, but this is her temporary home till we can find her a suitable place. And Cotton is adorable. I haven't had any problems out of Cotton from day one, when I took outside, brought her from inside or outside from the bushes into the house. She used the litter box. I'm like, hey, that's a big plus. So, but this story is about, it started off when I first got here. And I had a bunch of, it was actually 2 cats. And I used to feed them. They come around, and one of them would hang around in my, my backyard for a period of time. And taking care of or caring for 2 animals ballooned into 11. Last week I had a head count in my backyard at one time, 11 cats eating. Now, I still didn't have a problem with that. Now, my wife did, but I didn't, and it was getting kind of expensive feeding all them cats. They was going through bags a day, But this is what happened, and this was the last straw. I didn't mind them coming around eating, because I'm like, I'll supply enough food to, to feed all you little guys, because every cat that I've seen out there represent some MF that decided to just toss their animal and be irresponsible. Instead of finding them another home, if you couldn't keep them, they just tossed them out like trash. So that just made me mad, because I'm like, every cat I see represents one MF human that did what they did. So it was okay, I'm like, I don't have a problem with, taking care of these little rascals. But this became the problem. Some of them started just staying instead of eating and leaving. And I still didn't have a problem with that, but they started tearing up my mulch, shitting in my yard. And then I found 2 dead squirrels within a 2-month period, and I know they did it, So I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of them. So I decided to do this instead of calling animal control, because I don't even think we got animal control in our area anyway. And if we did, they just take them, put them somewhere, shelter them, and then I think euthanize them. So I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. So I decided to relocate them, because that's what we used to do back in the day. It was called taking them for a ride that they never came back from. So I went and bought a cage, put the little food in there, and they went in there. Then I put them in my car, take them off, put them in another safe area, or area that I think is pretty safe. And there's enough food probably in that area so they can survive. And that was the end of it. I got 7 cats out of the 11. So one particular cat just wouldn't leave. It was the kitten of one of the big cats that first started coming around here that I was feeding. So this one was becoming a nuisance. It's like, okay, I can't even go out my back door without you all hours of the day and night. You out there. So I finally captured her because she was kind of elusive at first. So I finally captured her. She was in a little cage. You know, I came out there. She was, you know, in the cage. So I put her in the car in the back seat, and I drove for about a mile. And I drove her somewhere. I'm like, I'm never gonna see her again. Hopefully, you know, like the other ones. Haven't seen them. So I did that yesterday. Took her off. This was about close to a mile in a busy intersection street. So I'm like, you know, she's gonna find her little home in this area. So I go to my gig last night because I had a session. I came back about 2 a.m. Took my shower, checked my emails. It was about at 3 o'clock at that point. I said, you know, I just always do this, just check, you know, the perimeters. I check both my doors. I look out the windows, look in my backyard, check my security system. And I looked out there and I'm like, I'll be damned. The cat came back. The cat came back. It was a little hidden, this thing. I'm like, how did this cat get from way over there to back here? I couldn't believe it. It was like being in a Stephen King movie. I'm like, oh shit, is this cat gonna get me? Is this cat revenge? You know, this is why the cat came back. You know, so I couldn't believe it. And then when my wife woke up, I told her, she couldn't believe it. She said, he's probably familiar with the area. I'm like, no, this is what happened. Because it ain't like the cat got a visual of where I was taking him. It wasn't like that cat was sitting in the passenger seat looking out the window. Okay, I see this street. And he was in the back seat. He couldn't see out the windows. And I took him. And basically, he got back here on smell. He got back here on smell. So I was like, wow, I guess that is true that they got that long of a range of smell to get back. It's been documented that animals have have come back from over 100 miles to their owners. You know, that's amazing. But, you know, I just thought I would share this story with you guys because I thought you might find it to be interesting. I took that cat off and the cat came back. You know, I looked out there this morning, 3 a.m, cat was on the back porch again, looking up at him like, uh-oh, I'm scared. You know, and mad. You know, but that's it. I'm going to sign off now. If I capture her again, I'm going to take her farther away because I can't care for all these animals. Like I said, I just showed you guys Cotton. You know, I've been taking care of Cotton for almost 2 months. And like I said, I'm going to find her a home eventually. But for the time being, I'm just going to look after her and take care of her. But I just thought I'll post this video or this story because it's interesting. You know, I took that cat a good mile away over a major or busy street, and cat came back, found his way back here. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.